What's up, all you Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition. You know what time it is. Well, it's not time to suit up, but it is time for our monthly budget meeting, and we have 5 weeks in March. Woo! Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, before we get started, a couple of things. Number one, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and like the video if you haven't liked it yet. It does help with our YouTube algorithm and our channel keep growing. We're almost at 40,000 subscribers. That's freaking awesome. Thank you all so much. And we will be doing a huge giveaway, so tune in to the live Q&As every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be talking about when we will be doing that giveaway for our subscribers. So it's a lot of fun. The last one we did was a lot of fun. So the other thing I was going to say is that these dates are always subject to change. Keep that in mind. As a matter of fact, just last month, a couple of these dates have already moved to this month. And from January, all the way from, I think, November, some of these books have moved until March. So keep that in mind. And this is also the direct market dates. The book markets are always a couple of weeks later, unless you're DC. DC decided to release the books on the same date as the book market and the direct market. And I will be doing my top 10 essential buys, or my most recommended, and that will be another video. So tune into the channel for that. That will probably come out sometime this weekend. Now, we got 5 weeks. So, whew, it's time to hide your spouses. I always say hide your spouses because I don't say hide your wives. I know that's a joke. But I realize that there's a lot of wives that watch this show too, because they're the ones that are buying. So, play it safe. Hide your spouses. Hide your parents. Hide your dog, your cat, your kids. Because it's time to talk about our budget for March. Let's get started with that first week. Kicking off the week of March 3rd from Marvel Comics, we have Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer, Volume 11, Last Remains, collecting issues 50 through 55 of Amazing Spider-Man. So by now, Patrick Gleason has taken over the run. We have a new printing of Captain America, Epic Collection, Captain America Lives Again. That is a new printing coming out in March. We also have Conan the Barbarian. I've done an overview of that. The original Marvel Years Omnibus Volume 5. We have the direct market cover, as well as this beautiful standard edition hardcover by Alex Ross. Doctor Doom Volume 2, Bedford Falls. I haven't read the first volume, so I need to read that one, because I haven't read any of this. I always find it interesting when villains get their own ongoing series, and even though Doctor Doom has had his own miniseries before, this is a pretty big deal for a character like him to have an ongoing these days. Maestro, or in Espanol, Maestro. But this is Symphony in Gamma Key. Gamma Key by Peter David, collecting the 5 issues Maestro miniseries. Hopefully, if we get more Peter David Hulk Omnis, we will get that collected in one of those. Savage Avengers Volume 3. I am loving this series, and I hope it gets an oversized hardcover format. Collecting Savage Avengers 11 through 16, Enter the Dragon. A book that you've seen an overview of on the channel just recently, and that is X of Swords. You have the direct market variant here by Mark Brooks, as well as the X of Swords standard edition variant by Pepe Larraz. They're both collecting the exact same material, and if you're curious as to what the book looks like, check out the video on the channel. And then we're getting a new X-Men Epic Collection, Fate of the Phoenix. I love that this is the Dark Phoenix saga, but they just call it the Fate of the Phoenix. So collecting issues 129 and 141 of X-Men, and then when the title was officially changed to Uncanny X-Men with issue 142, it collects issues 142 and 143. So pretty much the end of the John Byrne era, plus other stuff in there. Now, as far as DC, we have Amethyst trade paperback. This is the new series, not the 80s series that I wish was collected. That's the stuff that I remember reading. Batman and the Outsider, speaking of new series, Volume 3, The Demon's Fire. We're getting a DC poster portfolio, Greg Capullo. Those are gorgeous, and I love Greg Capullo. So that's a possible buy for me. Nightwing, The Joker War hardcover. So I find it interesting that all these Joker War tie-in, whether it's Nightwing or Detective Comics or Batgirl, are all being released in standard size hardcover, even though the previous volumes of Nightwing were just trade paperbacks and deluxe edition Rebirth volumes. No standard size hardcovers have been released, but please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, because as far as I remember, This is the first time we're having a standard size hardcover released in Nightwing. Superman and Batman Generations Omnibus. I'm still on the fence about that one. Those are a series of Elseworld tales that collect the 4-issue miniseries Superman and Batman Generations, Generations 2, which is another 4-issue miniseries, and the 12-issue maxi series, Generations 3. Most of the stuff all done by John Byrne. Most of the stuff, that's rather dumb statement. Most of the stuff all done. Most of the stuff is done by John Byrne, although I think he supplies all the artwork, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I'm on the fence about that one. Superman Adventures, Lex Luthor, Man of Metropolis, based on the animated series. From manga, we have... What is this? This is Dr. Stone? Reboot? What does that mean? So I just got into Dr. Stone. This is Byakuya. It reminds me of a character in Bleach. My Hero Academia, Team Up Missions. Oh my gosh, so it's got 2 spin-offs. Team Up Missions Volume 11, as well as My Hero Academia Vigilantes Volume 9. I know the series is popular, but hot damn, 2 spin-offs? What is that, X-Men? Dragon Ball Super Volume 12. The manga based on the TV show that's loosely based on the animated TV show that was based on the manga. I love describing it like that, and I don't mean loosely. I realized that Toriyama had a big role to play with it, but he kind of stepped away. Rose of Versailles, Volume 4. Those are beautiful, beautiful books, and I will be doing an overview of that in Volume 5 on the channel. Did I say Volume 5? The Volume 4 comes out that week. Penguin Gentleman hardcover. Come on, look at that! Look at that artwork. That dude reminds me of Guts wearing a tuxedo. Which he kind of did in that one chapter where they have the ball and the dinner. Anyway, Spy X Family, or Spy Times Family, or Spy 10 Family. Which is it? I haven't read it yet. Volume 4 is coming out. I've heard really great things about it. As far as other publishers, we have Breaklands, the trade paperback coming out. ElfQuest, Stargazer's Hunt trade paperback from Dark Horse. And this is the final quest concluded. We also have the Boys Dear Becky trade paperback. That has not been collected in the definitive editions. So if you own those absolute style hardcovers, it's not in there. Hopefully, when the Omnis come out, by the way, Dynamite heard our voices. We will be getting them, but I can't make an official announcement until sometime when Boy Season 3 comes around. So I will keep emailing them, letting me know when I can make that announcement. But hopefully what I was going to say is that this will be collected in those collections of Omnis. Mike Mignola, Quarantine Sketchbook. What an amazing idea. So during quarantine, Mike Mignola took out some pencils and started sketching and started doing online auctions. Very cool. I gotta get that. Vampirella Red Sonja trade paperback volume 1. These Dark Synchronicities is coming out from Dynamite. And Transformers 84, Secrets and Lies. This is the continuation of the original Transformers comic book from Marvel Comics, and this is a mini-series. And they keep doing mini-series and keeping expanding the universe. The week of March 10th from Marvel Comics, we have Amazing Spider-Man Last Remains Companion. So this is the series of Amazing Spider-Man issues 50.LR, Last Remains, to 54.LR. So it's a continuation, or rather an expansion, of the Last Remains storyline. Captain America by Jack Kirby, Omnibus, Mad Bomb. Remember, it's got new restoration. It's got the letter pages in there. I've done an overview on the channel if you want to check that out. Conan the Barbarian, the original Marvel Years, Epic Collection, Hawks from the Sea, collecting Conan the Barbarian 14 through 26. So volume 2 of that series. Fantastic Four by Dan Slott. I'll be doing an overview of that sometime this weekend. Keep an eye on the channel. I think it collects the first 11 issues and then the wedding special. The Golden Age Captain America Omnibus Volume 1 also coming out with a new printing on that very week. Wow, March 10th, huh? It's gonna be a pretty big week. And not to be missed, one of my top 10 must-buys last month, and I'm saying it again. New Warriors Classic Omnibus Volume 1. Do yourself a favor, get that. It's wonderful. Both the direct market cover and the standard edition cover will be available on the same day. I absolutely love that era. And I know I'm not alone. We also are getting a Spider-Man by Todd McFarlane complete collection. So collecting the adjectiveless Spider-Man, which he was writing and drawing. And then there were some friends like Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, Brian Murray, Eric Larson that helped with some of the inks when he was running late. But anyway, that collects issues 1 through 14, skipping issue 15 because that was Eric Larson, and collecting issue 16, which is his last published full issue work at Marvel Comics, as well as the crossover with X-Force number 4. Star Wars Legends, New Republic, the one that a lot of people have been waiting for, because this collects Dark Empire 1 and 2, and then Empire's End. It's got the handbook in there. I know so many people are so happy about that. I have an advanced review copy, and I was like, even me having the hardcover, I still get so just blown away by how great that story arc was. Venom by Donny Cates, Volume 5, going up to issue 30, so 26 through 30 of the Venom ongoing series. Black Panther Epic Collection, one that a lot of people have been waiting years for. This is Volume 3 of the Black Panther Epic Collection series. Collecting the Don McGregor stuff, because this is when he comes back, so collecting Black Panther's Prey, 1 through 4, material from Marvel Comics Presents 13 through 37. Keep in mind those were 8-page anthologies, or Black Panther had 8 pages in there. Marvel Comics Presents number 148, Solo Avengers number 19, Marvel Superheroes number 1, Marvel Fanfare 60, and Fantastic Four Unlimited number 1. Very excited for that book, and I know a lot of people are. The official handbook of the Marvel Universe, Deluxe Edition. I've done an overview on the channel if you want to check that out. Both the direct market and the standard edition cover are going to be there. One of the books that I've recommended must buys in my essential buys of February, and I still stand by that statement, so I'm not adding it to March, but just go back and watch that video. Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, Omnibus, Volume 1. I'll be doing an advanced look at that on the channel here in the next week or so. There's a direct market cover, and then of course a standard edition cover. And X-Men by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee, Omnibus Volume 2. New printing. We made that happen, and here it finally is. You can check out all those stories that were collected in there and see what all the talk was about. See what inspired the animated series. From DC Comics, we have Batgirl, Volume 8, The Joker War, another hardcover. This collects issues 45 through 50 of Batgirl. Black Canary, Bird of Prey, trade paperback, just collecting many different stories from over the years of Black Canary. Earth 1 box set is coming out. Those are trade paperback editions. Final Night, trade paperback. I really thought they were going to make this into a hardcover, but no. Collecting the 4-issue miniseries Final Night, Parallax, Emerald Knight, and all that had been previously collected before in trade paperback format. This is literally just adding Green Lantern 81, and the entire reason I'm getting it is so I can get that dumb issue. Yes, I'm that ridiculous. But hey. Red Hood Outlaw, Volume 4, Unspoken Truths. I think that wraps up Scott Lobdell's run. Revolver, this is the Matt Kent book, I believe. It's coming out that week. It's trade paperback. Superman, The Last Sun, Deluxe Edition, hardcover. Oh yeah. For the first time, we're getting this in Deluxe Edition. It's been available before in standard size hardcover format and trade paperbacks, but this is Jeff Johns and Richard Donner take on Superman after Infinite Crisis. Superman Volume 3, Truth Revealed, and Wonder Woman Earth 1, Volume 3 hardcover. I need to read Volume 2. I have not read Volume 2 yet. Manga, Berserk, hell yes, Deluxe Edition Volume 7. I love that manga, and I'm so glad so many of you have jumped on the Berserk train and are loving it too. Now, for a long time, I thought that book was going to be discontinued here in America back in 2004. I was like, there's no way that people are going to see this through. There's no way they're going to go through the Eclipse. And Dark Horse did it. And now we have deluxe editions. Now, I've been pushing that book since I started reviewing it in 2003. And I've been pushing the anime since I first watched a bootleg copy of it back in 1999? 98? 98. Whew, it was a long time ago. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess graphic novel volume 8. Hopefully we'll get a hardcover collections of those someday. Rinne, volume 38, and I saw that Viz is picking up the other Rumiko Takahashi new manga, so that's awesome. More new manga from Rumiko Takahashi always makes me happy. Wondercat Q-chan, volume 1. And I put this in here because it's a reminder of myself to check it out for my daughters. Dark Horse is releasing BPRD, The Devil You Know Omnibus Edition. This is a hardcover edition. So I'm excited to have it finally in hardcover. I love the BPRD in hardcover format. If you don't own any of them, they're not as tall as the library editions. They're just literally standard size hardcovers. But they're about $35, and I think this one here is $39, if I'm not mistaken. Also from Dark Horse is Curtis Hill. He's a billionaire, philanthropist, and a famed dog race car driver. So, anthropomorphic animals, you know I'm in. Gert and the Sacred Stones, really like that cover. So, just based on the cover, it looks really cool. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Volume 24, Snake Hunt. The continuation of the Marvel series, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. Still being published. That's crazy. Sleeping Beauties, hardcover, Volume 1. This is from Boom Studio and looks gorgeous. I have no idea what the story is about. I don't know if doesn't look like it's oversized. Looks like it's standard edition hardcover. Bloodshot Rising Spirit from Valiant Comics, trade paperback. And we're getting Michael Turner's Creations hardcover released through Diamond. So this was a Kickstarter originally, and the people that bought it through Kickstarter already have their this collection. It looks gorgeous, and I'm on the fence about it. It looks awesome, and I don't know if I'll be getting it or not. It's kind of pricey, but man. We're also getting a new Cullen Bunn book. This is Rogue Planet from Oni Press. So, I mean, it's Cullen Bunn. It's got a astronaut helmet with a skull. Sure, I'm in. Sarah and the Royal Stars. That book looks gorgeous. I love that cover. I hope that this book, this is from Vault Comics, gets a hardcover format. The week of March 17th, or what I like to call my birthday week. That's right, birthday's March 14th. And on March 17th, we got new comics. So, for Marvel Comics, we have Avengers by Jason Aaron, the hardcover. This is the oversized hardcover, collecting the first 12 issues and materials from Free Comic Book Day 2018. Also from Marvel Comics, we have another hardcover edition, and that is Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. Love it. To Heaven Through Hell, Volume 1. So, a series that I have been pushing for, oversized format, and I'm so glad it's coming, collecting the first 10 issues of that series. If you've not read it, if you've been skipping out on the trade paperbacks, do yourself a favor and read it. It is freaking awesome. Dawn of X, continuing that series of anthologies, and that is Volume 14. Hawkeye, Go West. This is the graphic novel format, so the small format for kids. Iron Man, Volume 1, Big Iron. I have not read this run at all. So this is the new run of Iron Man, and I don't know. If you've read it, let me know in the comments what you think. This collects the first 5 issues, and there's apparently a new Korvac saga. So let me know how this run is. Also for Marvel Comics, we have one that I'm very excited for, Juggernaut, No Stopping Now. This is by Fabian Nicieza, and I love the first issue. I can't wait to finish reading this. Tony Stark Iron Man by Dan Slott, Omnibus. Both the standard edition and a direct market cover are available on the same day. And collecting Tony Stark Iron Man 1 through 19, issue number 25 from 1998, that series. And then Iron Man 2020 1 through 6. Again, both of those covers are collected on the same day, or released on the same day. Ultraman, Rise of Ultraman, Volume 1. That was a lot of fun. So if you like Power Rangers by Kyle Higgins, this book is very reminiscent. And if you liked Ultraman growing up like I did, but I was always more of an Ultra 7 guy, this book is for you. From DC Comics, we have Batgirl Returns Omnibus. This is the New 52 series by Gail Simone, where Barbara Gordon came back as the role of Batgirl, and I was completely against that, but Honestly, it was a fun run, and I really liked it. And if anybody could have written Barbara Gordon coming back as Batgirl, it had to be Gail Simone, collecting Batgirl 0 through 34, Batgirl Annuals 1 and 2, and Futures End number 1. We also have Batman Beyond, trade paperback volume 8. This is the final trade paperback of Batman Beyond. Omnibus, come on now. We've been waiting, and some of those are out of print. Sandman Deluxe Edition volume 2 is also coming out that very same day, collecting issues 17 through 31 of Sandman, and continuing that wonderful run in deluxe hardcover edition. Some people thought it was going to be canceled because it wasn't in the catalog, but lo and behold, there it is. Sheriff of Babylon is finally getting... Man, I feel like that book came out in 2018, but it's finally getting a trade paperback version. And then Superman versus Shazam. Shazam! Trade paperback is coming out that day. As far as manga, we have 20th Century Boys. Hell yes. I'm waiting for that whole series to be out so I can double dip. I'm an idiot. These are the perfect editions. Volume 11. Beastars, Volume 11. Another series that has been getting a lot of praise. I've not seen the anime, nor have I read any of it. But it looks interesting. Crime and Punishment. This is a Osamu Tezuka book that was originally a Kickstarter, and it is now available for everybody through Diamond. Drifting Dragons, Volume 8. Really why I chose that is that beautiful cover. It looks like it's watercolor. I'm a sucker for beautiful artwork. Speaking of beautiful artwork and stories, Maison Ikoku Collector's Edition, Volume 3 is coming out that very same week. Greatest love story ever written, drawn. I love it. So does my wife, and I'm so glad I ended up with somebody that actually appreciates that story. Storm Fairy, another Osamu Tezuka book that was originally a Kickstarter and now available for everybody. We have something called The Fall from Image Comics coming out that day. That's by Jared Morault. It's got written and drawn by Jared Morault. When this was coming out, I remember people were comparing it to The Walking Dead. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. For those of you that enjoyed it, I guess it's a good thing. But it's the first 6 issues collected there, so I may check that out. Stillwater by Chip Zdarsky and Perez. So this is a new series from Image Comics by Chip Zdarsky, and it looks interesting. You had me at Chip Zdarsky, so I'm in. Bill and Ted Are Doomed. I'd forgotten how much fun the original comic books were of Bill and Ted, and this is a newer comic book series, and you know, despite of how you felt about the third movie, whether it was warranted or not, like, it's still Bill and Ted. We have Everything, trade paperback from Dark Horse Comics. This is the mind-blowing conclusion by Christopher Cantwell, who's written Iron Man. Looks like an interesting series. And of course, you know, I always judge books by their covers. I know I shouldn't. Tales from Umbrella Academy, Volume 1, collecting different short stories in the world of Umbrella Academy. I don't know if this is going to have its own library edition when it's all said and done, but it is available in trade paperback format. Power Rangers Dracon, New Dawn. So, did did Lord Dracon, did he get a mini-series, or is this an ongoing series? Well, I dig that cover, though. See? Judging a book by its cover. We Only Find Them When They Are Dead. That I'm basing it on the name. That is an awesome name. So, this is from Boom Studios. It's Al Ewing. So, it's got this beautiful artwork, and it's Simone Di Meo. Really like the name, and this collects the first 5 issues of that series. Ragnarok, yes, Volume 3, Walter Simonson, hardcover, hell yes, all in, all day, every day. Street Fighter V, hardcover edition, Volume 1, Champions Rising from Udon Studios, I'm all in. I'm so getting that. Goon trade paperback volume 3, Fishy Men, Witchy Women, and Better Beer. I believe this is the new series. I don't think this is the original series being reprinted, because the original series is being reprinted by Albatross Funny Books in thick trade paperback style. So I think this is the newer series, if I'm not mistaken, but please feel free to correct me in the comments down below. And then, wrapping up that week, we have Battle Book. No idea what this is about, but this is from Cinebook, which they do a lot of European comics. I just really like that cover. Patrick Rambaud Rambeau, and Frederick Richard. I'm so butchering those names, I'm so sorry. And at this moment, I just want to remind you all, if you're enjoying this video, to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Ring that bell for notifications and let you know when our videos are going live. We have 2 live shows tonight, as a matter of fact. We have the review of WandaVision episode 8, where Amanda and I are doing that at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then after that is Map My X at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we go and map out. I think today we're doing New Mutants Omnibus Volumes 2, 3, and maybe 4. But tune in for that. The week of March 24th, we have Avengers The Gathering Omnibus, the standard edition cover and a direct market cover. I have done an overview of that if you want to check that out on the channel. And somewhere on the video, I'm going to put where the week these dates are, or the dates that these books are going to be released on. And also, if you're wanting the written documentation of this stuff that I'm looking at, that I make myself, I put that up available for our patrons. And you can check out in the description of this video, there's a hyperlink to our Patreon, and we have different tiers. That one starts at $1 a month tier. It's a great way to support the channel, and thank you to our existing patrons. Also for Marvel Comics that week, Conan the Barbarian by Jim Zub, Volume 1. This is the stories after Jason Aaron's book. Fantastic Four Epic Collection, Master Plan of Doom is getting a new printing. Oh, what? I forgot about this. Okay, so we're getting a Marvel portfolio. Those books are gorgeous. And now it's Peach Momoko, who, her artwork has just been blowing up everywhere. Like, you can't not see her name, whether it's at Marvel or at DC, just doing original covers. She's doing a Psylocke miniseries that looks freaking amazing. I know this is going to make so many of you all happy, or at least all the Dazzler fans, but Dazzler Marvel Masterworks Volume 2 is coming out. Both direct market and standard edition are going to be available on the same day. Not the only Marvel Masterworks coming out that day. Also, Invincible Iron Man Volume 13 is coming out that day. They are trucking along with those releases of the Marvel Masterworks. Happy for all you people that are still getting Marvel Masterworks. I got off that boat a long time ago. Just out of curiosity, though, we're at issue 113 to 128. We're at Demon in a Bottle of Iron Man. That's what's up. We're getting there. I know I say that, but they've been around since like the late 80s. So, Punisher, Welcome Back Frank is the Marvel Select hardcover, where the editors chose the best story to represent the character, and with this they went with Welcome Back Frank. And I have to say, as much as I love Chuck Dixon, Carl Potts, all those classic stories, Mike Barrett from the 80s and early 90s, Garth Ennis' Welcome Back Frank is phenomenal. It's got artwork by Steve Dillon too. Werewolf by Night, New Wolf Rising. This is the new series coming out in trade paperback format. X-Men Epic Collection, The Sentinels Live trade paperback. This is a new printing of The Sentinels Live for those of you that missed out on it. And spoilers, this might be in my top 10 essential buys. X-Men Inferno Omnibus. Hell yes, we made that happen. Love it. You all gotta buy it. I know you will. X-Men Inferno Omnibus, putting together the companion and the Inferno oversized hardcover into one omnibus. Love it. Coming out on March 24th, both covers. I'm glad that you all are getting to read that. I'm getting excited, and I have it already. I have those stories already, and I've read them countless of times, but still, happy for those that are reading it for the first time. Batman Arkham Talia al Ghul, collecting just different times of Talia's stories throughout the years. Batman Detective Comics Joker War Volume 5. This is Volume 5 of Detective Comics. This is another hardcover. So this collects Detective Comics 1020 to 1026, annual number 3. Batman somebody, rest in peace. I don't want to spoil who that somebody is. And then a tale from the Joker War that's collected in the Detective Comics 1027. This is all by Peter Tomasi, and it's got artwork by Brad Walker. Deceased is getting a trade paperback edition that same week. Green Arrow, 80 Years of the Emerald Archer Deluxe Edition. I love Jim Lee, but I don't know. That cover doesn't really say Ollie to me. I know this is his new 52 take, but to me, Ollie has always been, you know, guy with the goatee Errol Flynn, right? Or even the one with the hood, like Mike Grail. I don't know. Anyway, but this collects just different stories throughout the 80 year. Holy crap, 80 years of the Emerald Archer. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, The Hunt for Harley. This is a hardcover edition, and also one that's not collected in the Omnibus by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. And this is some of their favorite work. When we had them on the show interviewing them, they were talking about how much they really love this. It's a 4-issue miniseries collected. It's in the same size, too, they said. It's as tall as an Omnibus. And Swamp Thing, New 52 Omnibus. The saga of Swamp Thing lives on. This started off with Scott Snyder, and then eventually Charles Soule took over the book. As far as manga, we have Beauty and the Feast. Volume 1. So sometimes I just can't get away with from the dad jokes. Sorry. We also have Hana-chan and the Shape of the World. There's something about this cover that just says Studio Ghibli. Maybe with some heartbreak, I don't know. It just looks really cute. I really like that cover. Goblin Slayer Side Story, another spin-off of Goblin Slayer. Dai Katana, Volume 1 is coming out. And Our Teachers Are Dating. I'm going to tell you something right now. Your teachers are doing a little more than just dating. Just saying. From Image Comics, we have Big Girls Trade Paperback Volume 1. And this is being described... Oh, it's written by Jason Howard. I did like Trees. This is being described as a mix between John Wick, Godzilla, and HBO's Girls. What? Okay. I think you sold me on that premise. BPRD, Hell on Earth, is getting a trade paperback edition. Delicates. Okay. I love Sheets. One of my favorite reads of 2020. Read it for the first time last year. My wife bought it for me. Big shout out to A Week in Geekdom for recommending that book. And this is the follow-up. And I think my boy Gio from A Week in Geekdom has already reviewed it. So I'm probably going to get it. It's that first book just blew me away. It was so beautiful. Earthboy. This is from Dark Horse Comics. And this is the same guys, or the same team that did Plants vs. Zombies. But I don't know. It's that cover that really intrigues me. We also have the 2 reprints. We have East of West Apocalypse Year 1 is coming out. The new printing of that is coming out that week. As well as East of West Apocalypse Year 2 is coming out that week. Again, dates are always subject to change. Keep that in mind. I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. That's a beautiful title. No idea. And I mean no idea what this is about. But with a title like that, the cover, things like that usually my wife will buy me for my birthday. So I'm interested to read that. It's a hardcover too. Nailbiter is getting another trade paperback, Volume 8. So pretty soon we'll have enough for another hardcover, I hope. Norse Mythology, hardcover, Volume 1. This looks really interesting because this looks like early work of Mike Mignola and other people from Dark Horse Comics. So it looks like it's their stuff when they first started out. So you also have P. Craig Russell in there. So they breathe a new life into ancient Norse stories by taking readers through the creation of the 9 worlds. So this collects issues 1 through 6 of that series. I've never read it, but I mean, you've got Neil Gaiman, Mike Mignola, P. Craig Russell, Dave Stewart, Jill Thompson. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. And it's a hardcover. Volume 1. I wonder how many volumes they'll have. But anyway, that looks interesting. Oblivion Song by Kirkman. And that is on Volume 5. So I think that series is about to ripe up. Uncanny Omar talk pretty one day. Scumbag, Volume 1. Before even looking at who wrote this, just at that cover I said, that looks like somebody that would work with Rick Remender. Sure enough, written by Rick Remender, artwork by Luis La Rosa, Andrew Robertson, Eric Powell. So he's working with different people. And Wes Craig, The first 5 issues of Scumbag is collected in this trade paperback. I have no idea what it's about, but I definitely know what this is about. Skyward hardcover collection, collecting all of Skyward in one hardcover. Love that series. Usagi Yojimbo Saga Limited Edition. This is the second printing of this and the last printing of this according to Dark Horse. Wind. is getting a hardcover edition, collecting the first 5 issues. Oh, and it's from James Tynion. Man, James Tynion is an awesome writer. Loved his Detective Comics, Rebirth. Loved Something is Killing the Children. So that might be a yes for me. And to wrap up the month of March, on the last week, in the very last day of March, March 31st, from Marvel Comics, we have Avengers Academy Volume 3, the complete collection. That's crazy. I thought this was a forgotten title. I'm so glad that it's back on here. Collecting Avengers Academy 21 through 39. If you've not read this series, it is a very underrated series. They are wonderful stories. Hopefully one day we'll get an omnibus if enough people buy those complete collections, I guess. Avengers by Jonathan Hickman, complete collection Volume 4, collecting Avengers 24 through 34, and New Avengers 13 through 23. Fantastic Four, the Antithesis Treasury Edition. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a Treasury Edition. That's what's up. The Treasury Editions are always oversized books, but this is by the legendary Neil Adams with Mark Waid, who's also a legend. But this is the 4-issue Antithesis miniseries, and also collects X-Men 65 and Fantastic Four number 60. Both of those by Neil Adams. So I didn't know it was a big oversized book. Immortal Hulk by Alex Ross poster book is coming out. So it's just Immortal Hulk poster books. Shang-Chi by Jin Luen Yang. Trade paperback, brothers and sisters. I freaking love this dude's new Superman, Boxers and Saints, and Dragon Hoops, and Superman Smashes the Klan. So I'm in. I'm in for this right here. Shang-Chi, Earth's Mightiest Martial Artist. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is just a collection throughout the years of just different Shang-Chi stories. So yes, you have X-Men 62 to 64. That's what was that? Mark Waid and Carlos Pacheco. Heroes for Hire 18 through 19. So it's the stuff from the 90s and the 2010. Okay, interesting. Guess must be a movie coming out. From DC Comics, we have Batman Grave, the complete collection. So this is the Batman's Grave complete collection, written by Warren Ellis, all 12 issues collected in here. It's got artwork by Brian Hitch. Was this originally released digitally? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. I've not read it, so I don't know if it's any good. John Constantine, Hellblazer Volume 2, The Best Version of You. Now, my buddy Omnidog told me that this is the best interpretation of Constantine since Vertigo, because I have lost faith in the character of John Constantine after they just brought him into the DC universe and his Vertigo line got canceled. I feel like to me, this is just my personal opinion, they neutered the character. Even as cool as he was, like, during Justice League Dark, I just feel like he hasn't been written properly. But he told me that this is by Cy Spurrier, who I really enjoy, that it's a good story that harkens back to those classic Vertigo years. Justice League Odyssey, trade paperback volume 4, still ongoing. Okay. Somebody told me that it was still continuing. It was not canceled. Teen Titans Raven hardcover. This is the young adult book, and I thought this was already released. I could have sworn, but this is the hardcover version. Now, for manga, Nana, call her whatever, but I had no idea that they were coming out with new printings. I was looking for some of these that have been out of print for years. Hopefully they'll do a box set, because I sold some of the ones that I had because I couldn't find the ones that were out of print. So, hell yes. BL Metamorphosis Volume 4. I have no idea what this is about, but the cover looks freaking stunning. Cookie and Kid. This is from Antarctic Press. I haven't read an Antarctic Press comic in years. I used to be a big fan of Gold Digger and Ninja High School. So it's good to see some of these American-made manga and anime-inspired books continuing. And Made in the Abyss Volume 9. I know this has a huge fan following. The little cutesy characters are not what they seem, apparently. I bought the anime when I was drunk, and I still haven't watched it. My kids wanted to watch it. I'm like, no, I don't think it's for kids. I think it's mature. I don't know. Let me know if it's any good. Adler, Volume 1. Now, this is based on, of course, Irene Adler from Sherlock Holmes. This is from Titan Books. So, it's a fantasy world, and she's on a mission to take down Moriarty. Interesting. Okay. Bianca, trade paperback. This is from 21 Pulp. Only the strong survive. Now that humans are long gone, Earth went without them. And that's the only rule left. If you are prey, the flesh eaters will devour you. I don't know what this is, but that cover is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Captain Canuck Invasion Compendium. So I talked about how I watched, I think it was called Comics, by the way, with an X at the end, documentary on Canadian comics, and they were talking about Captain Canuck, and it's a series I've never read. I've just only heard about. So I was wondering if this is a good way to catch up. Of course, it's a compendium softcover that's $100, so it might not be the best interest for me to just buy this. Now I know how that feels when I tell you guys to buy something. You know what? Let me know in the comments down below if this is any good, if this is a good collection. Paying $100 for a softcover seems like a lot, though. Complete Kripax hardcover, both Volume 6 and the box set of Volumes 5 and 6 will be out. And I cannot show you what the real cover looks like. You can find out for yourself, or they will be flagged. Firefly Blue Sun Rising hardcover, Volume 1. Continuing Firefly's stories from Boom Entertainment in hardcover format. Godzilla Dominion graphic novel. So this is a trade paperback. Love that cover. This is from Legendary Comics. I assume Legendary Comics are the ones that own the rights to Godzilla and King Kong, maybe? Philadelphia, Volume 2 from Rodney Barnes and Jason Sean Alexander, collecting the issues 7 through 12 of Philadelphia. This is the one about the werewolves or the zombies? I really can't remember. I don't think I haven't read it, so I don't know what it's about. Kingdom Come. No, not Kingdom Come. Kingdom Kong. This is Skull Island. So setting up the events of Godzilla vs. Kong from Legendary Comics. I guess they do own the rights to it. I thought IDW owned the rights to Godzilla. The Phantom, the dailies, the complete dailies, hardcover edition, volume 22, 1968 to 1970. I wish I had started getting those earlier. My Little Pony Transformers, Friendship in Disguise. This really speaks to me because it was my daughter's very first comic book that we would get single issues of. She's got them all the way to like 50 was My Little Pony. Then she got huge into Transformers. So both of these worlds colliding, you know, my daughter's getting older. She's 11 now, and I feel like I'm not growing distant from her, but we just don't connect as much as we used to. She's got her own little friends, and it happens, you know. But I feel like when something like this comes out, we can both bond over it. So that's wonderful. Pre-Code Classics Adventure Comics. Both the hardcover and the slipcase will be available the same day, as well as the Pre-Code Classics Terrific. Both hardcover and the slipcase available on the same day. From First Second, we have Shadow Life by Hiromi Goto and Ann Shu. This is a story about assisted living homes, and it's First Second. So I know it's one that's I'm going to read and probably recommend it at the end of the year. Sonic the Hedgehog, Volume 8 from IDW. I can't wait for that hardcover. Usagi Yojimbo Origins trade paperback. This is going back and recoloring Usagi Yojimbo, and now being published by IDW. So it's already stuff that you've read, but it's the color classics from 1987, or I'm sorry, the stories from 1987 just being colorized for the IDW release. Even though Fantagraphics still owns the rights to those, and even though Dark Horse still owns the rights to the black and white ongoing series. It's confusing, I know, but it is the colored version of those books. And to wrap up the month of March, from Magnetic Press, we have Wakomo hardcover. These are stories that are translated, usually from Europe, so looks pretty interesting. May check that out. Now, when these books come out, don't forget to check out our sponsor, CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online source for collected editions up to 50% off retail price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on excellent packaging, so your stuff gets to you in excellent condition, and they have amazing customer service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And for all you Minties that are watching, if you're a first-time customer, don't forget to mention that Near Mint Condition sent you their way for a promotional credit on free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your source for the hottest books with deep discounts, customer service, and excellent shipping that will keep you coming back for more. Woo! And those were the 5 weeks of March. Let me know in the comments down below what you're interested in. Again, I'll be doing my top 10 must-buys, my recommended buys, my essentials sometime this weekend. But yeah, let me know what you're going to get, what you're interested in, what you didn't even know was coming out. Again, the dates are always subject to change, especially with some DC books lately. But yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, ring that bell for notifications, let you know when our videos are going live. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We are on Redbubble and on Patreon. Amazing ways to support the channel. Thank you so much to our existing patrons. You all make videos like this possible. More importantly, all of you, stay healthy, stay safe. Much love.